All right, good morning. You got the Aired Out podcast live from Barrie, Vermont. Streamed everywhere you get your podcasts and from Fly on the Wall Productions. I'm JD Green. Right next to me is Raylene, the ever lovely. Although both of us, you look better than I do this morning.
Well,
Tell you that right now. Well, I mean, you normally do.
I've been dealing with this for 3 weeks. You're only on your third day, so it's only.
Where's the belt?
I mean, it's whatever this crud is gets you, and it holds on for dear life.
Yeah.
And definitely the first week is hell. Even though I was picking on you, you saw my post?
Yeah,
And some people thought I was being like absolutely horrible. Listen, it's my job to give JD Green a hard time.
Thank you.
It's just the way it is.
Yes.
And so I said you were home from the man cold and that it would probably take your life and, all of that stuff.
I had my cry. I sat there on the couch and wept for a little bit.
You did?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Do you know how many gallons of that emergency orange shit I have put down in the last 24 hours? You know the stuff I'm talking about.
I do know.
I mean, I've been oh, God, drinking it hot, drinking it cold, drinking it every which way.
Well, apparently it doesn't find this to be an emergency because it's not doing you a damn bit of good.
I don't know, man. I basically all it is like what? Crushed up zinc, right? I mean, that's all it is.
Pretty much.
Yeah. With some orange flavoring so that it doesn't taste any shittier than it does.
See, and if my grandfather were still here, he would have rushed to my home with blackberry brandy for bedtime. And then for daytime, this concoction that he did with cider vinegar and pepper and
cayenne pepper?
And a couple of other things.
That's brilliant.
And you heat it up and you sip it like tea. And
will you text that to me tonight?
Yeah, and it truly does knock the crap out of pretty much everything in you. You certainly can breathe after, which is a plus.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Seriously.
all those old home remedies.
I know. They work.
Yeah, he used to bring horse liniment for things.
Hillary's saying lemon juice.
Yeah, he would come with the craziest things, and you'd do it, though, and you'd be so much better.
Brummert's got a recipe, and I think it's just straight Jack Daniels, just by the cupful.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he's going to send it to me. Listen, we have a lot to talk about this morning. We have a lot of things to say. We're going to be hitting some of our wonderful sponsors right between the eyes this morning. But before we jump in, good morning. Happy freaking Tuesday. It is the 9th. Raylene, our post reach for Aired Out in the last 28 days, metrics here, actual analytics, 220,533.
Yeah.
And Meta and Facebook, they don't lie about this shit. Engagement, 28-day average, 101,604. 222 new page
and engagement
likes.
Is the button where you can give an emoji.
Yeah.
Or comment. And so we love it. We love it. And we thank people for that greatly. It makes a big difference for us.
It's just amazing.
If you want to see us stick around for a long time, keep up the engagement.
Keep it going. Yes.
Yeah, keep up the shares and the engagement. That's what we need to thrive.
We are hopefully going to be connecting in by phone this morning with our Deputy Chief, Joe Altsworth, who's not surprised, in a meeting this morning with public officials and having some very in-depth conversations, as he has for the last couple of days here about this upcoming storm. He knows that we want him on. He wants to come on. We're just watching for a text from him saying that he's freed up and able to do that, and at which point we will call him.
So grateful for that connection.
We are.
That it can be immediate. And the good thing is that no matter when he calls us, one of us is always available to take the mic.
Yes,
and
right.
we
Yes.
will flip the switch and go live
Yeah.
as soon as, we get the information.
Sure.
And even if we have to do it from our phone because there's no power or internet or whatever,
Right.
we will make sure to get you the information.
Speaking of power and power loss, you dropped a post this morning on Facebook about something that Nelson's Ace Hardware has that I wasn't aware of. And I'm telling you right now, as soon as we're done on the air, I'm going down and I'm getting 2 of these. You bought how many?
5.
Do tell. I'll show, you tell.
Okay. So these bulbs, they're $13.99 each. They are 60-watt LED. The life of the bulb is 13.7 years, so super cheap for what you're getting. When the power goes out, you just screw them into any light socket. When the power goes out, the battery comes on, and you get 12 hours of light from that bulb. And you can turn it on and off. You just use your switch, just like you would if you were turning the light on if the power was on. So you don't have to keep it on the 12 hours, the whole 12 hours, which will save what you have left in the battery pack. And it's just an awesome idea. And to make sure that it works and works properly, I screwed it in. I tripped the breaker in my room, and sure enough, flipped the switch and the light bulb came on. It's just super cool. And then, when you do have power, it charges itself back up and is ready to roll for the next time.
So basically, when you lose your power, this thing comes on automatically, so you're not tripping and fumbling all over the place trying to find
a flashlight
or headlamp,
right? Or some of those things, and which in no shame to flashlights, we all need them.
Sure.
But batteries are super expensive, and most things take 4, 6, 8 batteries.
Yeah.
And you're trying to buy those every time, keep them in stock, whatever. And the life of those bulbs is 13.7 years.
You know what's difficult is at my house is Lily's got a lot of toys and stuff, and all that shit is laying around on the floor. Lego pieces and stuff. When the lights go out and you're trying to find something and you're slipping around on that stuff, not good. I've had a couple of blowouts. I'm sure you're not surprised.
No. Well, and that's just it when you have an old house, like that. And in here, our house isn't. We certainly need to do some updates too. And things happen.
Hillary Scott has just
I'm seeing this.
She just put her emergency management hat on, and I'm so glad that A, she watches, B, we're connected with her and friends, and C, that she engages with us like this. Because basically what she just dropped, of course, we're going to grab it and share it on the page anyways, but it's mainly just pushing, and it's in the comment section right here, but it's just pushing that you need to get VT Alert. Vermont Alert is, and we just got hit with a spammer here too.
We did.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll get them.
Well, they're giving away 2 gigabytes of free for every customer. I mean, this is,
super important.
It's huge right now. Thank you so much, you asshole, for checking in with us this morning. Blessing. Whatever his name is. But anyway, we have more important things to talk about in Vermont here, so get a grip, pal. Yeah, there's we've got some pretty serious weather that is coming. This is, what's the name of this storm? I can't remember. Finn. Yeah. So, listen, I know there's a lot of concern as we posted up, and of course I tried to go live from my house yesterday, which was a cluster.
Right, that doesn't work, but that's why we're lucky that we do have a home base here in the city where
That's right.
usually things are pretty good.
Yeah.
And we still can communicate. If Joe can't get you, he knows to communicate with me,
Sure.
vice versa.
Right.
We're all in the loop. And so no matter what, we will keep you up to date.
Yeah. This storm is got all of the ingredients of crap. The wind is a huge concern. The heavy, wet snow. I'm not. How much snow are we supposed to get, anyways? Do we know? Good morning, Chris. Not that much.
No, not that much at all. But what we do get, the problem is it's
Sure.
supposed to be really wet, heavy
Right.
snow,
And then you throw the winds
high
in there.
winds.
Yeah.
You combine that in there, and then tomorrow, a high of 46 degrees
Yeah.
and rainy.
Right.
We're looking at just do yourself. It's not just the city. They can't do all things. We got a massive dumping of snow.
Sure.
They have streets to clean up. They have sidewalks to clean up. They have a lot of work ahead of them. If you see a hydrant that needs shoveling out, shovel it out. But most importantly, get the drains cleared. If you see a drain that's covered up, if you know there's a drain somewhere and it's covered up, just take 10 minutes and get it shoveled off. It could save you, your neighbor, someone else, a lot of damage. And
Judy is echoing what you're saying right now.
yeah, it's kind of a time when we just all need to jump in, and we said this we said it last time, and it does make a difference. I did see the city out crazy yesterday, and I also saw a lot of complaints that the sidewalks were the way they were and the side streets were the way they were. It takes a hot minute. They can't possibly work 24/7. They have to rest a little bit too and eat and
right.
use the bathroom and stuff. But I did see that seemed to be what their focus was yesterday, was hydrants and drains.
Yeah.
So,
And Joe was telling us that the city is well aware of the water table being so high right now, or they're also well aware that the ground is frozen and not absorbing these rains. And then we've got sitting snow, which can clog things up. Then we have melting snow, which can add more liquid to the mix. And then we have the heavy wet snow sitting on tree limbs, and then we throw in, 45 to even 70 mile per hour winds.
Yeah.
They're saying.
yeah.
In some
And
areas.
I hope in some areas, and it didn't
areas.
look like Washington County was going to experience the significant winds, but that's so far. That doesn't mean that won't change 10 minutes after you read it the first time.
Yeah.
And so, still high winds, but not the hurricane force winds.
Right.
Thankfully, but hopefully everyone just stays safe and does like they say. It's
Sure.
not the time to be out hiking and things like that when it's just not.
Sure.
And
We have, I'll tell you, the hiking I'm going to be doing tonight with a headlamp on with snowshoes is out to the generator to start it up, make sure it's running and everything's good. 4 o'clock this afternoon is when the high wind warnings and wind advisories and winter weather advisories all go into effect. Again, 4 o'clock this afternoon, and those will run through Wednesday morning. As you can see right on your screen right now, a little bit of light snow, 20s near 30. This is from Roger Hill. Tonight, we have the burst of heavy, wet snow into the early morning hours, 3 to 8 inches locally of accumulation, mostly in the central and southern Green Mountains, which will transition to rain around daybreak or before daybreak. Again, this is from meteorologist Roger Hill, who, when it comes to weather in Vermont, he is God.
right, he is the weather god.
So grab a screenshot of this, but we've also got it. Actually, you don't even have to because we've already posted it up this morning on Aired Out. So, temps actually going to be going up. Temperatures are going to be rising tonight and that's part of the problem, and that's bringing the rain on Wednesday.
And the snow melt.
And the snow melt, and like you said, 45 degrees.
And wind will melt snow rather quickly.
You know, I saw a couple of asshats yesterday on Facebook fighting back and forth about whether it was El Nino or El Nina or global warming or, I mean, who gives a shit? It's 45 degrees and it's raining with a ton of snow on the ground. That's all we need to know, Raylene.
That's right. Who cares what it's called? It's called a freaking disaster waiting to happen.
Thank you. Exactly. I'm okay. I'm all right. And then pick the week, Roger says on Friday, sunshine and around 30 degrees. So we're also going to try, you know, to check in with Dave Rouleau on Wednesday, which is, I think, tomorrow. Yeah, it's tomorrow.
They had a great event
Yeah.
this last weekend. The snow machine, the vintage snow machine rally.
In
All
Washington.
of the videos and pictures I saw, they had a great turnout.
I'm glad
They
they
ended
got
up
it
having
in.
some snow on the ground.
I know.
It was just a really great time had by all, and I was disappointed that I wasn't able to go this year, but
Yeah.
I had a lot going on.
I'm so glad they got it
Saturday.
in. You know, a lot of these snow machine clubs they're frustrated. They're discouraged.
As they should be.
You know, I mean, this, you know, it's been a shitty winter so far, but, you know, there's hope for a strong, what's left of January and February and even March. Everyone knows Dave Rouleau, president of the Barrytown Thunder Chickens, and we're hoping to connect with him on Wednesday and basically just have him kind of echo what other clubs are saying, which are, you know, for the most part, even though we got a pretty good dumping, a lot of trails, most trails are not open because there's no base.
Right.
There's no base. So this rain,
The wet will actually help
will
that
help it.
situation.
It will pack it down. Yeah, the warmer temperatures and the rain might help pack it down a little bit so that the next snowstorm would set us up for some halfway decent riding. But
Yeah.
you know, listen, I'll say this: if we can connect in with Dave tomorrow morning, we will. It is our plan. It's our intention. We're ready to talk with Dave, who's always an entertaining guy. But if we're in a situation where, you know, there's public safety, you know, we've got some real dire things to address and talk about on the air. Obviously, we're going to prioritize that. Dave's not going anywhere. We can always push him until next week or whenever and check in with him.
Right.
Also, on Thursday, we're looking to connect in with Jenna over at Wilkins Harley Davidson.
Dumpster dive.
Talk about the dumpster dive with proceeds going to Chad, the Children's Hospital over at Dartmouth. Once again, you know, we're hoping to connect with her, but we're going to prioritize.
and you can call them. You can
Sure.
click right online actually
Exactly.
to sign up. You can join a team.
Yeah.
You can sponsor someone that's already jumping or diving.
Yeah.
You can create a team yourself if you want, and get donations. It's a great time. Absolutely amazing.
is.
We had a blast last year.
Fantastic.
I'll be there live again this year. It's just an incredible thing. JD is not going to dive this year. There was no way I could sucker him into it twice.
I'm out of
He
state.
knows
I'm
what's.
not, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not home. And it's honest.
I believe you
truthfully.
because you were a champ last year. I said that last time. I mean,
Listen.
you did way better than I thought you would. You dove
you?
in there.
Did
You
I?
got out. Are you kidding me? You got out. You stayed outside the whole time after. You didn't run directly to the building like some people did. You were like a true champ last year.
Because I was numb, Raylene. I didn't feel anything.
And Lily cheering you on was just the most adorable thing ever. It was just a really cool, awesome event.
Yeah.
It was a great day.
And a lot of money raised. Woo.
And Chief Vale and Chief Dodge went
Yeah.
up against each other.
Sure.
And then it was just awesome. It was
Yeah.
great to see.
It was a lot
of
fun.
smack talk.
There were so many great people there that were so enthusiastic, and it was, my God, was it freezing that day?
It was.
It was like,
it really was.
it like 10, 15 degrees?
Yes, it was cold.
And windy.
It was cold and it was windy. Yep. And then they kept those boys kept shoveling the snow.
Yeah.
The hose was constantly running into the dumpster.
Yeah.
And those boys just kept adding the
Snow. I know.
to the dumpster.
mean,
Man,
here
they
it
were
is.
making sure that it was cold.
Oh, yeah. So
And
much
some
money
of the
was,
ladies that jumped,
Yeah,
I mean,
tough.
holy cow. I could never do that. I'll tell you right now, I could absolutely not do that.
Well, I think Massey, Chris Massey would be a good candidate to go in. Glenn Brummert. I mean, come on. Why not?
Yeah,
It
why
would
not?
be. I'll sponsor Brummert right now. I'll give him $10,000 if he goes in.
You'd shit your pants.
You know, I'm telling you, here we are a year
We
later.
heard it live on air.
1 year later. And my nads are still numb.
Well, there's a lot else that's still numb on you.
What else? Oh, Friday. We are hopefully going to be up at the Barry Auditorium, broadcasting live as Donnybrook Fight Promotions sets up all the cages, or the cage, for the Battle in Barry 12, which is this coming Saturday night, if you can believe it. There's going to be a bunch of crazies in there screaming and yelling and having a great time, and some amazing fighters. The card is jam-packed. I mean, I can't wait to see Ed Collins get in the cage. It's going to be unbelievable. And Connor's going to be with us, by the way. I don't know if you knew that. Did you know that? That Connor's
On
gonna
Friday?
Be there? Yes. He's going to be there.
Nice.
Yeah. Well,
nice.
I'm not sure about Friday, but he's going to be there Saturday.
Nice. That's awesome.
Connor is 11 years old. He is from Northfield, and Connor's motivational morning is something that we love. We love this little kid. I've only met him once, but I'm going to be spending more time with him, and we're going to be doing great things together. But I've got his motivational morning if you're ready for it.
I absolutely am ready for
Motivational
it.
morning with the favorite kid, Connor. Connor ain't everything, guys. A motivational quote. Also, I'm very sorry for my voice. It doesn't matter how many times you get knocked down. All that matters is you get up one more time than you were knocked down. Bye, have a good day, Michigan, everybody. Lots of hugs and loves.
Oh my God! Isn't he?
You gave him the crud, didn't you?
I don't think so. But he says, yeah, it's not about getting knocked down. It's about getting up.
That's right.
Wow.
Doesn't matter how many times, as long as you're willing to get up every time.
Such a great kid.
He is
I'd
a
love to
great
see him.
kid.
I'd love to see him help me get up after I've gone down with roller skates on. It's going to take a damn Hoyer lift and maybe a helicopter.
Yeah.
But he's such a great kid. We love him to pieces, and he's doing some really powerful things.
You know what else we love? We love Tuesday's take-home meal at the American Legion in
saw
Barry.
that.
And tonight they have stuffed chicken breasts,
Saw it.
mashed potato and gravy, vegetables, and cranberry sauce.
Why did I see it? Because you posted it, Raylene.
Of course. And
Love
if
it.
you want to order that meal, please try to do so by noon today if you haven't already. And the number for that is 802-479-9058.
Yeah.
And if they don't answer, you can just leave a message.
Okay. I think it's wonderful.
But that is the Tuesday take-home meal. And a Wednesday take-home meal at Delicate Decadence is beef stew in a bread bowl.
Saw it.
I mean, come on.
Saw that.
Yeah,
Can
order
I-
it up.
Where is it? I'm going to show it here.
With all of the different meals that happen all week, you never have to cook anything.
Right.
I love it.
You ready?
And you might as well, because going to the grocery store just break the bank.
Here it is. Right there. Boom.
Uh-huh.
Look at that. What a way to sell it, huh? I mean, you can smell that right now. It's incredible.
I love it.
Speaking of the grocery store.
There's nothing better than a bread bowl.
Oh, I know.
Just telling you.
Got it. With anything in it. I made clam chowder over the last couple of days. Oh, it was so good. Oh, And you know what I did? This wouldn't surprise you. Yesterday morning, I had some cold clam chowder right out of the fridge
Ugh,
for
that's so gross.
breakfast.
Yeah.
Breakfast, Raylene.
Nasty.
There's
Nasty,
plenty of people that have done
nasty.
that.
I love clam chowder, but not cold directly out of the fridge.
And
No,
for
thank you.
breakfast. Oh, it's delicious.
No, thank you.
Speaking of the grocery stores, I posted up the link about Lay's chips and a few others
Pepsi Cola products.
Pepsi, yeah. Do you know more about this than I do?
Well, I just know that they removed them from the shelves over
in
in
Paris.
different countries,
Yeah.
Brazil, whatever, because of the cost. They said
Right.
that they're just charging way too much money for those, the cost to have them in the store, and then the markup was just too much, and so they're just not going to sell them anymore, period.
I think
It's a great stand to take.
I do. I think that. I do. I think it's great. It's CAX ran the story. It's on your monitor right now. But it says right there, major European supermarket drops PepsiCo products for becoming too expensive. We had a comment, what about the United States? Hasn't happened in the U.S. yet. But I
No, because we're loaded. We have all kinds of money here, you know? That's why
Well,
we give it all away.
of course. But if you read the article at the very end,
Just
it talks
ask the
about
dipshits in the White House.
sure. At the end of the article, it tells you what's going on in the United States, and they haven't pulled this stuff. But Walmart is not happy with the prices, and you never know.
Right. Walmart, Sam's Club. There are a few companies that have spoken out in the U.S. and said,
We might-
what
yeah.
the hell is going on? We might pull this stuff.
Sure, they might too. So if you love this stuff, stock up. We put up the turkey kielbasa meat recall that's going out. We put this great story up about this retired NASA engineer, this woman who's celebrating her 107th birthday, which is so amazing.
Right. Absolutely incredible.
We have the police asking for help identifying this guy who robbed a store in Enosburg. That story is up on our page. We got the what else?
Well, then we have the new
Colchester.
stuff, the stuff that came out today, which is we have the idiot in
Unbelievable.
the idiot that decided to punch his pregnant
Girlfriend,
partner, I
wife.
guess we could say, his pregnant partner, and then pouring turpentine on her. He's been found incompetent, or no, he's incompetent to stand trial, which is insane to me. He supposedly had a mental psychotic break or whatever and did this, but damn. I don't know. Lots to unpack there. And then I think what
What's his
one
name?
of the bigger
George Grant,
yeah
38 years old.
and that happened in Cabot, I think on the 5th of December.
Amazing.
If I remember correctly, but just crazy.
Unreal.
And then we have big news, I think, especially around here, the Wade Cochran, the director of the Enforcement and Safety Division at the Vermont Department of Motor Vehicles,
Yep.
has been placed on administrative leave pending an unspecified external investigation, and he's being investigated by the FBI out of Albany, New York. Who knows? He didn't have a comment. DMV doesn't have a comment. No one's talking.
But the
They're
feds
just
are
saying
involved?
the feds are involved. So it is, and maybe they just need to be involved because he's a state employee. So that is who would investigate someone that works for the state. Because I don't know that you can necessarily be investigated by your own when it's that. I don't know if it has to be external investigation because of where and who he works for. Kind of like when a state policeman is investigated. I think if it's not someone from a different location, then it's,
Right.
federal government
It
that
says
looks
it
into it. Not really sure, but that's
stems from an alleged incident before Cochran's hiring at the DMV last August.
yeah. So who knows?
Yeah.
Well,
that's
I think
interesting.
that's definitely one to follow.
Yeah, it is.
See
And
what's going
thanks to
on.
Mike Donahue for writing that up for the Argus.
Yes, absolutely.
So
And then we know that Daniel, you say his last name, Banye.
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 Wow.
We know that he is still out and about, not coming back to Vermont. And, you know, I gotta say, I really don't understand. He had a few extra buildings on his property, and
I
how
agree.
far and how much money are we willing to waste on all of this? What kind of pissing match is this really, that a man has had to leave his home and go into hiding
Yep.
over some extra buildings on his property?
Because
And he doesn't have, we're not talking a 1 acre parcel with 5 extra buildings and it looks like shit.
Right.
We're talking acres and acres of wooded, beautiful
Sure.
land with different buildings that formed this course that he had there and whatever. And they're on stilts. They're not permanent. They're
Right.
easy move around, whatever. It's not like they have a foundation, bathrooms, this, that, and the other. They're like little huts to
Yeah.
do this, like a range
sure.
in.
I
It
had
just blows my mind.
I had a conversation with Daniel, and I also, after that, reached out to the town of Paulette and spoke with 2 people there who denied an invite by me to come on the air and speak about this, or to give us a statement that we could at least post.
It just seems like somebody has some sort of personal issue with
Sure.
this because of
They've-
what it
well,
is.
Yeah, they've declared war on him. They want his head.
Yeah.
I mean it's
and
plain
at
and
what
simple.
expense are they willing to
Oh,
go
sure.
to? I mean, taxpayers, wake up, because this is going to come back and bite you right in
They're
the
wasting
ass.
so much time and money on this. It's
They are.
unbelievable. And this is a story that's gone national.
And it's gone on for several years.
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems
You know,
like
he's got-
harassment.
there's
If I were
over-
him, I'd take all my shit and move out of there anyway.
There's over $1 million that he has spent so far right now. Over $1 million
that he has just
that
trying
he
to
has spent.
defend all of this.
to defend
Yeah,
his
it's
Second
disgusting.
Amendment right.
Yeah, disgusting.
It's unreal, man. And it's like, listen, it doesn't matter how you feel about guns. It's not about that.
No, it's
It's
not.
really not about that.
No, it's about a witch hunt,
It's
basically.
definitely a witch hunt. But the town of Paulette will not come on the air with us.
Yeah, just I don't know. It's just crazy.
And we reached out to the town officials to give them an opportunity to share their side of the story. But they're saying that there's so much litigation involved that they have been told to not speak out. Mm-hmm. What about Dan? I mean, he's lawyered up, but he's still speaking out.
Yeah, I know.
Isn't to the media?
Right.
I mean, isn't that interesting?
It is.
I mean,
I feel bad for him. I really do. I feel bad for the fact that he has to not be at home and that he's been tormented by this for so long. Just craziness.
Yeah, it really is. I saw an interview with him yesterday. That's a couple of months old, but it was just fascinating to listen to. But anyway, I know we're all over the road this morning. We're going to show this light
Well,
bulb.
there's a lot to catch up on.
We have to show this light bulb again from Nelson Ace Hardware. And listen, I know we're promoting this right now. I am going to be pissed if I get over to Nelson's today and they're sold out because we've been talking about it on
Well,
the
they
air.
didn't have many left yesterday, to tell you the truth. So, and the last time we did an ad for them, literally they sold out of them in just a few hours. So, I mean, and we did it. They just happened to come in right before a storm. So, yeah. They're pretty neat things. They're pretty cool things. It's Taco Tuesday over at
Oh.
the pub.
Stop it.
$2 for any taco, soft taco, hard taco, mini quesadillas, $2 twisted tea cans, $7 house margaritas, but a taco any way you like it, any way you can imagine. You can get a taco over there at the pub today for just $2. Dine in, take out all day, 433-5000. And
Taco meat or chicken?
I would do taco. Okay. I don't necessarily like chicken.
Okay.
In those, and they are also having a craft fair that's coming up on the 4th of February, and that is held in their event space, which is in the basement of the pub. And so on the 4th of February, if you would like to be a vendor at that craft fair, you also should stop by the pub or call Lindsay at 802-433-5000.
Oh my God, I would love to.
What the hell are you
I
going
would love
sell?
to. I would.
Oh, I know.
Mean, you don't even know what I can make.
Wait, listen.
I make all
know
kinds
what
of
you
stuff.
could do. You could bring the boxes upon boxes upon boxes of all the shit that you bought to supposedly make candles. Remember when you were going to make candles? You could bring all that and sell it to another crafter. You could bring all the shit that is piled up in your barn that you bought over the years because you got this brilliant idea that you were going to make. Oh, I'm going to make this. I'm going to make beer. I'm going to make candles. I'm going to make this. I'm going to make that. You could bring all that shit down to the pub and sell it to the other crafters. Make some of your money back. Clean out the barn a little bit. You know it's true.
You just handed my ass to me.
I did.
Chuck knows what you're talking about too, because.
Oh, was he in on the candle thing? You remember that? Oh my God, I can't find paraffin wax anywhere. Remember? Like you were going batshit crazy. You couldn't believe how expensive it was. Where were you gonna get this? And you needed like 1,000 pounds of it. And I know, I remember. It was a whole craze for you.
Please don't tell Sherilyn, but all of that shit is hiding up in the attic in boxes.
She knows.
No, she doesn't. She does not. Along with all my
She does now, love.
along with all of my brand new beer making supplies, which I've never even unpacked. It was a Christmas present years ago. I've never even unpacked it. I don't understand how to do all that shit.
I know, you just get these brilliant ideas in your head. He's going to make money. He knows what he's going to do.
Mm-hmm. We have to, you see in these comments
Yes.
coming in from Chuck. We have to talk about this, the paint and sip thing going on at the Den Friday.
Yes, there's a couple of them
There's
going
a couple.
on. Yeah.
Morning Glory Artistries only paint and sip for January. Do not miss this. It's going to be amazing.
That's the 12th, right? And you have to register now?
Yes, register now. I've been to one, but I've never actually
Painted?
painted. I've just been to one. I've seen other people doing it.
Well, next time you grab your easel that's also up in the attic and your paint supplies and head right down there and give it a whirl. Friday, January 12th from 5:30 to 7:30 at the Den. $40 per person. Call, sign up. A lot of they have great time. The girls have great time when they're doing that.
Yes, they do.
Arrive 15 to 20 minutes early to order your drink and food and whatever to sit down with, and then you can sip the whole way through. And as you sip, your painting gets better. That's what I've been told.
I would love to. And listen, I'm not going to do anything like this unless, Morning Glory is on board with it, and so is the Den.
You're keeping your clothes on. We don't want to hear it. I already know what you're going to say. You want to go there and paint naked. I already know. We already know. Don't even finish your sentence. She's not going to allow it, neither is Jeff.
can I at least just go have a couple of beers and get loopy and paint something hammered? I think that would be.
Yes.
And then we'll auction it off.
Yes, that you can do.
And then we'll auction it off.
Yes, you can just sip and watch.
God.
Jeff's going to close the shades. Oh, for God's sakes, don't encourage him.
God. Once again, we're going to try to check in with Joe Altsworth this morning. We're watching to receive a text from him, our deputy chief in Berry City, to see if we can bring him on the air by telephone this morning. And
are you looking for a new career?
If it's being a truck driver, I'm not going to lie to you. Sherilyn and I just did a road trip, and we saw all of these truck drivers, and we're like, my God, can you imagine how much they're getting paid? I don't know. If I could go back and do my whole life, relive it over again.
Well, Drew's going to have another class coming up in March on the 3rd.
Know. And then here
so
we
you
go.
could always sign up.
Chuck's going to say that I'm too short to be a truck driver, and people are going to start making fun of me.
This is the great news. It was announced today that the Oscar Mayer Wiener truck is hiring again.
Oh, my God.
And the qualifications and salary information, we posted it. You have a college education. You have to have a college education to drive the Wiener.
Got it.
But I think this would be a perfect fit for you. You could drive around in a big Wiener.
Let me show it here.
I'm serious. The company is opening 12 full-time driving positions for its iconic 27-foot-long hot dog vehicle, the Wienermobile.
I got the ad blocker thing that's on here.
Outgoing, friendly, creative college graduates who have an appetite for adventure and hot dogs. Right up the sea. Perfect.
For me.
I think so. And I'm guessing you could touch the pedals. I mean,
Glenn, I've got the bachelor's degree. It's already in place. Let's see. I'm just reading some of the comments here. Chuck is just getting a lot of entertainment today.
Well, I gotta say,
Tina's reminding us about the Berry girl that drove it for a while.
yes, Sue Duke, she did. I told you. Yeah, I told you. I went to school with her. She's very good friends with Shep and Tanya.
And Tanya McCauley.
Yeah, Tanya Dufresne. McCauley, yeah, she just is. And she, yeah, drove it. Sue Duke, that's what she did.
Do you know how much?
And she brought it right to Berry City. Parked down in the Soup and Cream parking lot.
I just want everyone to know we have reached out to Oscar Mayer.
Yes, and so last year they were going to join us, and because of the flooding,
to pull up in front of the studio.
Yep, because of the flooding, things got sidetracked a little, but they were still going to come. They were still going to try to get to us, but when they were in New York. Their catalytic converters were stolen in the night, and that held them up for several days, and they got behind schedule, and so they never came to Vermont last year because of that. Because some asshole stole their catalytic converters. But that's what happened to them last year. So they never actually made it into Vermont.
Can you see Chuck and I driving that thing?
No.
With all the smoke coming out of the window?
No. I just can't. Oh, my God. Cheech and Chong all the way. 100%. But I'm just saying, that'd be really cool. I mean, I think Sue enjoyed it. We've talked about getting her on the show so she could at least tell us about it.
Yeah,
her experience, what it was like, if she had fun, if it was a real pain in the ass to do such a thing. Yeah. So.
Would she come on with us? Would you ask her again?
I know she would. I've never asked her because then the Mobile did not come. Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm crying over here. It would be amazing.
But I know that she would. She's a super cool shit. She would. She's just a good person.
I want to see if Joe Altsworth will answer and see if we can get him on.
Right, let's speak to him.
I don't know if he
Hi,
will.
Deputy Chief Joe Aldworth from the Barrett City Fire Department.
Oh, we're getting his voicemail.
Yeah.
Busy guy, and we understand.
I'm not surprised.
Hey, I want to chat for a second about the Night to Shine. I had a meeting last night by Google Meets, which was so much fun, with the team over at Faith Community Church. And this thing is all systems go, man. It is going to happen on February 9th at the Barry Elks. A Night to Shine is something that is done by the Tim Tebow Foundation, and it's done globally. And it is one night where we just make people, and I don't want to say disabled because it's just not, oh my God, it's just not the word.
They have some physical limitations.
Thank you.
They have some limitations. That doesn't mean that
Yeah.
they have none.
Exactly.
They just have some limitations.
We make them feel like they are the most important person on the planet. And we're going to do it February 9th around the world. And one of the events that's going to be happening is right here in our own Granite City. And it's going to be absolutely amazing. And we need more volunteers. So if you would like to help and be part of this, all you have to do is get on the Faith Community Church Facebook page, and right there you're going to see all the information you need to know to sign up to be a volunteer. You can offer a service, maybe something that you do, if it's flowers, if it's makeup, if it's hair, if it's clothes. Amy's Armoire is just doing so much. I don't know what we do without her, but it's just going to be one hell of a night, and we're going to have live music and food. The DJ, I should say. We're going to be dancing. We're going to be just celebrating life, eating cupcakes, running around, getting dressed up to the nines. And we need more people to be buddies that are paired up with participants that are going to be there. We also need at least 16 more participants to be part of this this special night. So
people help with parking. They help with serving the food. There's so many different things that they need help with.
Yeah, and please, if you can help out, again, just get on the Faith Community Church Facebook page. Everything you need to know to be a volunteer or to offer anything or to make a donation or just be involved with us in any way, shape, or form, Faith Community Church. Chuck is saying that he's going to be a buddy. He needs to get himself registered officially. It's just got to happen. So I'll be there. Andy and I are going. Sherilyn's going to be there. Lily. We're just going to have a great night, and we're going to make so many folks feel just that they're the most important person on the planet right now, and
Which is awesome.
And
absolutely incredible.
We need to do more of that. Joe just texted me back that he's still in that department head meeting. So if we're not able to connect with him today, then we will try again tomorrow morning.
Chances are, at some point today, though, he will give us some sort of update that we can just put out there for everyone.
And right, believe me, we're getting a ton of information that's coming from public safety, and we're going to share it up right away. If we're even on the air tomorrow morning. So if you don't have power here.
Right, or internet, we'll at least, post messages. We'll go live via phone if we need to with like emergency type stuff. If we go live and there's no internet, then you know that you should be definitely tuned in and listening, because
Exactly.
something is happening.
If there's no power, we can't turn this computer on. So we'll use our phones. My internet service provider at my house is from the 1800s, and you have to pedal a bike to keep it on, and even then it cuts out. So
And we know those little legs can't
They
really
can-
keep it powered all that well.
oh no, they're high RPMs.
Oh.
I could
Yes.
I'd
Okay.
crush it. Yeah, and as Hillary just wrote, Berry City Fire has been posting some great things.
Yes,
this
we've
morning.
shared a couple of things before
Yeah.
we went live. The generator safety, things like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lori Shepard and the Four Quarters podcast
Kick-ass job last
night,
as
amazing.
always.
Amazing.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
They're going to be on again tomorrow. Right?
Tomorrow night. Well, that's the plan.
All right.
And
That's the plan. If we we still have power.
Yeah.
So tune in.
These guys are kind of being a pain in my ass this morning.
Well, who licks his ass again? Which one?
Well, they both do their dogs.
Okay. But one of them's a big time licker. Which
Well,
one
he
is
Oliver likes to lick his foot. That's
Oh, is that what it
yeah,
is?
he lays there on the floor, licks his foot like a baby would suck his thumb. He licks his foot until he falls asleep, and it drives me bonkers. I can't stand that noise. And I end up yelling at him to stop it, to knock it off.
Pain in the ass.
And this one, he's just certifiable.
You know,
McCormick
there's
is.
the metal door, the storm door that you have. When you open it, there's this one part where it's crimped, and it
Right,
just
and it
makes
makes a
this
click
little
noise.
click. That's would be equivalent to like 10 guys running into this house with ski masks on. There's no difference.
Well, according to my dogs, exactly.
Yes.
No difference. Pin drop.
they go
Master
freaking
men.
bananas.
Yes, they do.
Nobody's getting in here with those things.
No.
Shit
No one.
ba- shit-
We're at least going to know about it.
Right. What are they called? Shit bags?
Shih Tzus.
Oh, Shih Tzus.
Their tails wag like mad crazy the entire time they're
Yeah.
barking like that. You know. Although they do get a little pissy at one of the drivers for Domino's. So there's this
Really?
one guy that they don't like. Isn't that weird? They will growl at him and they will chase him right out the door, right, like literally right on his legs, nipping at his pants. And he's the only person that they do that
my
to. They don't like that guy.
I just got a picture. I know we're all over the road this morning. I just got a picture from this guy, Bruce Rancourt, who stayed in the same hotel in Florida with the Oscar Mayer Wiener van in December. And I got to just show this. Look at this.
Oh, goodness.
Look at that thing. Oh, my God.
Chile.
Oh, man. I want to check in with Rex Thompson here from Donnybrook Fight Promotions. Being that it is almost 10 o'clock, and see if we can sneak him on the air. It is go time. It is a busy few days for the gang over at Donnybrook Fight Promotions. They are extremely busy getting ready for the Battle in Barrie 12, which will be here Saturday night. Rex, good morning.
What's happening, JD?
My man, I can only imagine how busy you are right now. Here we are, just a few days
I'm never too busy for you.
away from the event Saturday night. Have there been any changes with the card? Is everybody still on board? What are we doing?
The only change right now is the Corey Norman, Ed Collins fight got bumped to April.
Ooh.
Corey's still coming up. They're going to do their face-off, and he's going to be one of our guest commentators.
All right.
That
what
was
else?
due to an injury. Ed Collins got hurt during fight camp. It was just a freak accident. Someone rolled.
God.
But he'll be better. But the thing is Corey is a very dangerous man. Corey was undefeated as an amateur. He's ranked in the top 10 in the United States. So trying to fight a guy like that with one hand is probably not the best decision. Even though Ed wanted to still do it,
Sure.
Lucas was like, no way. He's like, at the very least, it's out of respect for Corey.
Sure.
Like, you're not going to fight a guy like that with one hand.
Right. I can't believe that this is the 12th event that you've done up at the auditorium.
I know, man, and they're getting so much better. I'm super excited over this fight to have the former WBC champ just come over, like want to fight for our title.
Yeah,
that's fucking huge, man.
Sure,
that is so big. And the best part is they're both professionals. I'm super excited because I feel like this is such an evenly matched fight.
Yeah,
and the fights, the way the fights start out on this card is crazy. They are bangers starting. We're starting right off the bat with Sophia Hayes. We're going to let Sophia Hayes and Heather Hilton are going to fight in a Muay Thai kickboxing match.
Sophia's been training with Lucas at Granite City MMA for a long time now, since she was just a little girl.
Yep, absolutely. Yep, she's done youth tournaments. She made her MMA debut. Now she's going to make her Muay Thai debut.
Tell me about this Pina and Hornstra fight.
Oh, okay. So John Pina won the WBC world title at 147 pounds, but that's done with boxing gloves. They do that. We are doing the same thing. We're doing Muay Thai kickboxing, but we're doing them with MMA gloves. So it changes. So John Pina has been training with Tony Loco. Tony Loco is like the pound for pound guy, undefeated guy at Bare Knuckle for Bare Knuckle. So he's been training with the champs from Bare Knuckle. He also owns his own school. So this is going to be probably the toughest test of Keegan Hornstra's entire career right now, and I'm so excited. I think he's up for the test.
I was going to ask you, do you think he knows that? Do you
Oh, absolutely. He's been training so freaking hard, it's not even funny.
Okay. He's
he knows what he's in for. He absolutely.
There's a level of confidence with Keegan Hornstra that I think many interpret as arrogance. What say you about this?
Well, like with anybody in combat sports, there's always a level of your ego, your arrogance. It's hard not to be like that when you're walking the planet and you can beat up 99.9% of the people on the planet. I mean, it's I don't know how he has worked his ass off to be able to have that arrogance. You know what I mean? He's not an arrogant guy that just didn't put in any work and he's just an arrogant prick. He is. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This guy busted his ass to get where he's at right now. So yeah, there does come a little bit of arrogance that comes with it.
Okay.
It comes with everybody that trains. We all get it. You'll see it even in the white belts when they're getting close to get to their blue belt. They're like, you'll see it. And then, of course, us upper belts, we come in and we humble them, let them know you're not on the top of the food chain yet.
What about tickets at this point, Rex?
Okay. So tickets right now, you can buy tickets online still. I think you can still pre-buy them. You might want to get online and pre-buy the tickets and buy them for $40 because they're $50 at the door. Kids can get in. You can't buy youth tickets online. You can only buy them at the door. Those are $20 cash. So if you bring your kids, you can get your kids in. High school kids can all get in for $20. There's no VIP tables left, but there's plenty of general admission tickets left. So Don't be afraid to show up at the door. We've been selling. This is the first time. We don't normally pre-sell a lot of tickets. The fighters do. They sell to their friends. But normally, most of it's at the door. We have sold a ton of pre-sale tickets. So we're expecting a pretty good show. So doors open at 6. VIP people come a little bit early because you get to get in at 5:45 through the VIP line. But we're going to have 2 booths open. We're going to make it pretty fast so that people aren't standing outside for very long. And we're going to get them in there so we can get everybody watching these fights, get down, have some Donnie Tots from Gusto's and a couple drinks, and
Yeah.
it'll be fun.
Tell me about what's happening at the midway point there, the halftime with Connor from Northfield.
So we're going to bring Connor in. I kind of forgot about that, but thank you. He was sick. He was actually, he didn't come to my class last night, so I'm going to have to beat his ass pretty good Wednesday when he shows up.
He's only 11 years old, Rex.
I don't care. But so I the other day, Lucas comes in. You know, my arm's all messed up. I got it in the bionic thing.
Yeah.
And I walk in there, or I'm in there and I'm teaching the beginners class. Lucas walks in. He goes, "What the hell are you doing?" I said, What do you mean? I'm that's called Yoko Wakari. It's a throw. He goes, "I know what the throw is." He's like, "Why are you throwing little kids?" I said, "Because my arm's broke and I can't throw the big kids." He's like, "Get the hell off the mat. You know better. Get the hell off the mat. You're injured." That's the hardest thing for me, for being injured, not being able to do something.
Right.
I go nuts. So yeah, he kicked me off the mat. But with talking about that, Granite City and the beginners class, that's what we're doing. We are raffling off a 65-inch smart TV. Granite City is going to have a booth there, and they have a couple kids. They're going to be selling raffle tickets for the 65-inch TV. We are donating that money to Granite City MMA. That money is going towards kids that have been bullied and can't afford to go and train. This is like a sponsorship program so they can get it. The other thing that I do, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but I do a free little kids jiu-jitsu class for like 5-year-old and up, 5-year-olds to 9-year-olds. So we do it for free, but we still need to, I donate my time. Lucas donates the gym, but we still have to turn the heat on. We still have to, like, I bought a $300 parachute for the kids, for that kids game, the kids games that we do. So we're going to start raising money so we can keep these programs going for the kids, so that money's not an issue. I wish we could teach everybody for free, but to heat a 9,000 square foot church costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
It really does. And we can't, I want everybody to learn.
Sure.
And so if we can help by raising the money, the community steps up and helps these kids, this is a big, this is the best way to combat bullying.
Yeah.
If you can't be bullied, then it's no fun for a bully.
Well, for someone that's being bullied, he's got 921 friends on his Connor's Motivational Mornings Facebook page, and I'm hoping that'll crack 1,000 here sooner than later. This kid's amazing. I think it's great that you guys are working with him, and I can't wait to get him in the ring so everyone can see him.
I know his dad's really cool. He's a good kid, and they were all about, to Lucas, they're like, "Oh, we gotta get the word out, and we have all these followers. We want everybody to know that you're training him, and what the great thing you're doing." And Lucas responds, and I hate this about Lucas, because Lucas, you still own a business and you still need to market, but his response is always like, "I don't care about marketing. I only care about that kid and making sure that he's not being bullied and that he can protect himself." He's like, "I don't care about any of the other shit that comes with it."
Yeah.
Well, you have to, though. You have a business. It's marketing. It really, really is. So
yeah.
We got to get that out of Lucas. I understand. And I love that about him, that he is, the way he is. He's not doing this to, all he heard was, he knows nothing. He knew nothing about Connor. He really doesn't know much about his podcast or anything. All he knew was that there was a little kid being bullied.
Yeah.
And he needed help.
That's right. I think it's fantastic that you guys are doing this. We are going to have one hell of a night Saturday night. Get your tickets, DonniebrookFightPromotions.com. Do it today. Don't wait. Again, if you're a student anywhere, any high school.
If you're a kid, if you're under 18 years old, you can get in for $20.
Wow. and you're going to love it, and you're definitely going to be back, and you're going to bring your friends, and you're going to have one hell of a night. It is amazing.
100%.
Thanks, Rex. Listen,
you may run into UFC fighters every once in a while. You'll be walking through. I remember the night we were walking through, and I was like, "Oh my God, there goes Glover Teixeira walking across the Barry Auditorium."
Yeah.
Oh my God, there's Mark Coleman, UFC champion.
It was amazing to meet Glover. Unbelievable. Gave me goosebumps. But listen, don't wait on this. Get your tickets. Don't do this at the last minute. Get your tickets today. DonnyBrookFightPromotions.com.
Yeah, because it's cold out. It's winter. If you have your tickets, the line moves faster on that side where the tickets are. If you got to purchase tickets at the door, you end up standing outside a little bit longer.
Right.
So dress warm. If you didn't buy a ticket, and just make sure you dress warm. As soon as you get in, Gusto's has a drink to warm your body up waiting for you. Make sure you also bring cash too.
Yeah.
That's all Gusto's accepts is cash.
Yeah. And listen, Raylene and I are coming up Friday morning. We're going to broadcast from the auditorium Friday morning as you're setting up. All right.
Perfect. And let everybody head over to Donnybrook Fight Promotions, either on YouTube, Instagram. Check out our new TikTok channel that we got going on. I don't know if you've been seeing that guy that took my original video, made that wild little Mickey Mouse thing. That was funny. I even giggled at that one. Even though it made me look stupid as hell, I still giggled at that one.
Love you, pal. I'll see you Friday morning. I can't wait.
Tonight, 8:00, Donnybrook Fight Promotions. I'll be live giving some shit away.
Yes. On Facebook. Okay. All right, 8:00.
On Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Vimeo. We'll be on all those platforms.
All right. We'll be reminding folks. Thanks, pal.
All right, buddy. You take care.
All
See
right.
you Friday.
All right. Over and out. Man, that's going to be, I can't wait, Raylene. It's going to be great. It's going to be amazing. We should probably close things out this morning. I
have two things.
Yeah, two things. Go.
We have two things. We have Giroux General Transport. Their class, the class that's starting on the 15th is full.
It is full?
It is full. And so don't worry. They've got another class coming up on the 4th of March. So there's always another class coming right up. But the one for January 15th is full. They do, however, have a hazmat theory training that will be held on the 19th. And if you'd like to register for that training, you need to call Tracy at 802-279-3325.
Okay.
Or the home number, which you have up there.
4679.
For 802-479-4679.
Yeah. 476, yeah.
Yeah, 476. So give her a call and sign up for that hazmat theory, and not to worry, there is another class coming soon for the training. And then I think that we should end with this because it's probably his last trip. So Sunday, Aaron posts some stuff. He's out on the friggin' ice. So he's 2 inches of ice, and he's standing out there fishing. And listen, I will go up in the balloon a couple thousand feet with this guy, no problem, and be super excited about it. But out on the ice over my dead body, are you kidding me?
I would absolutely love that. Absolutely.
2 inches of ice. That's it. Just a little bit. And he did say, he had to get up the courage to go that far out onto the ice to go out to the middle where it was 3 inches.
Oh my God.
It was 3 inches at shore and 2.25 inches in the middle. But he says that, he's been out on ice worse than that. It's probably going to get a lot thinner over the next couple of days. But, yep, he was out there fishing for
look at
pickerel.
I mean, listen. I mean, look at this. Look at this picture right here.
I know.
I mean,
That's
is that not
crazy?
Freaking awesome
Yep.
or what? You know what that is right there? That's living.
Yeah, it is living. It
That's
is.
living.
It really is. And he does some pretty. Did you see some of the bowls and stuff he made this Christmas?
so talented.
He does such amazing stuff.
I
But
just ran into him over Tractor
but
Supply.
he told me he saw you
Oh,
in
he
there.
did?
Yeah, he told me he saw
He's
you
just
in
such
there.
a great dude.
But yeah, I just wanted to say that there's a batshit crazy sport for you right there.
Yeah.
I think. I go up in the balloon. Let's go up in the balloon.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go up a couple thousand feet and float across the air, no problem.
Yeah.
And I would be just fine. But
And
that
then
no,
Look at this.
no
Is it worth it for the 3-inch perch?
pickerel.
Pickerel? Perch? Whatever?
Yeah,
Your life?
no.
Crazy bastard.
He is a crazy bastard.
Freaking love him.
So, yeah.
Such a great guy.
So that's what I wanted to
Yeah.
tell you before we wrapped up.
I asked him if I could go up in a balloon on.
Yes, and he was going to take you, but nope, you couldn't go.
It was Christmas Eve, Raylene. I'm not going to go up on Christmas Eve morning.
And so he said, do you want to go? And I couldn't go because of my head. I don't think that the sinus pressure that I had at that moment,
Yeah.
I don't think I could have done it. I really don't. I can't even imagine.
I would love to.
And of course, we had stuff going on. So he was like,
Yeah.
oh,
If I can go up in
come on, let's go.
If
you
I
know?
can stream live from one of Aaron's hot air balloons, I will be so happy. You know, it was a year ago. It was a year ago in February that we saw him.
Right. When you
Float.
when you thought you saw a UFO.
I thought it was the
And it
Chinese.
turned out
it was the
that
Chinese.
it was Aaron up there having the time of his life.
Oh, my
and
God.
So, yeah. But anyways, I just wanted to say that. I just wanted, when I saw those pictures of him out on the ice, I may or may not have given him a little
Yeah.
bit of shit about that. Like, oh my God, are you nuts?
Yeah.
You know.
Such a great dude.
Anyway.
Let's see if I'm just going to see if Joe is still in his meeting here.
Yeah. So.
So we're gonna try him tomorrow morning. I mean, listen, we'll be on the air tomorrow morning if we can.
Yeah.
If there's power.
Yeah.
If we can't, we'll try to get on by cell phone. But watch.
No matter what, we'll
page.
get the information out to you.
Yeah, watch
Right.
the Aired Out page, and please, if you can,
And sign up for VT alerts.
VT alerts is essential. Give us a like, give us a thumbs up, flip us off, give us a funny face. It's some kind of reaction. Let us know you're there. A comment and share. If you see something on our page that you like, give a thumbs up. If you think others should know about it, share it. It's so important. Listen, we rely on Joe so much, and you know, just for getting us information about the city. I don't know what we would do without him. And we get that information over to you right away. Raylene is watching the city social media, and the Vermont social media too, and the news agencies. So I think it's pretty much a given that we're going to have a lot of power outages.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Check on your neighbors. That's first and foremost. That's probably the biggest takeaway, man. It doesn't matter if it's the July flood, if it's the December flood, if it's the January storm. Check on your neighbors and make sure that they are okay, especially the ones that are elderly. And so important.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else you can think of this morning?
No.
Did we get it all?
I think we got it all.
All right. Good morning, Jamie.
Have a great day, everyone.
Yeah, have a fantastic day. I had so much fun this morning. I loved laughing about that Wienermobile. Oh, my God. Off to Nelson's right
And
now.
all of your crafts
Got to get one of
that you
these.
don't want to talk about.
Yeah, I won't talk about
Your
those.
craft supplies. GD's loads of craft supplies. They do exist.
Did you have to bring up the easel, though? Really? Was that necessary?
Well,
God
you know.
damn it.